a lorry driver's just backed me up, because what's happened is, it's going to sound funny this, but this teenage girl, I don't know what age she is, but she's a very young person that's driving a car. I've got to stop recording because there's people coming and I can't do the recording I wanted to do. Right, today is super busy, so a bit of trouble. But you got the first bit of it, so don't. Basically what happened is this teenage driver was with her baby in the car, and she told me to get off the road saying I'm a sick bastard and a paedophile, and saying this and that basically. In the past I have been told that I'm supposed to look at people that are munters, people that are ugly and whatever else. Not today, obviously. This goes back months ago. But yeah, she got nasty with me saying that if she didn't lose her licence she would have ran me over. So basically this lorry driver had to go at her for what she said at me. I just ignored it, walked on, and I told her, you know, I was happy with it. I spoke to the lorry driver and left it at that basically, because he was happy with me because he knew I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I'm about 10 minutes away from getting back, just before the last bit of the road. So there's a couple of more roads and that's it. And it's just suddenly gone dead quiet, which is good news. Right, so I've had to go back out because what's happened is there's a couple of animal voice sounds. Obviously they can't speak, animals can't speak, but it's coming out in that specific pattern. And the type of information that's occurring is basically anything from raping a child to raping a woman to burning in the fire of hell to breaking in and to tell me that I'm being knifed dead or shot dead. So you've had all that. There's been roughly about 300 voice sounds today coming from animals in a corrupt, twisted way. Obviously I think Jehovah, Yahweh, or whatever the creator's name is, has definitely fallen. I can tell you that. They've definitely fallen against me and possibly other people. To tell me that I'm going to the fire of hell, to accuse me of crimes that I haven't done, and to claim that I've been with Amy Weston and had sex with Amy Weston when she was a teenager is just full of bullshit. It's lies. But there's nothing you can do. The creator's not going by the facts. The creator's either twisting it, getting muddled up, or something's happened for the creator to fall. Either way, obviously, as I was saying, animals cannot speak, but the interpretation of the sounds are coming out in a very clear manner to make this suggestion. So what's happened is, as I was trying to state some information, I accidentally deleted the photo that I wanted to keep because of this corrupt creator god, or whatever's causing the animals to speak, whether it's a curse, whether it's a hex. I haven't got any idea, but whatever it is, it was occurring even when I was a small child, and when something happened to me as a child, animals were making sounds and insulting me basically. But it has reoccurred going back to 2003 onwards. From 2005 to 2010 is the worstest animal voice sounds have ever been, but then it picked up in 2023, the beginning of 2023 or late 2022. Now it's just gone back to how it was in that time period of 2005 to 2010. But anyway, because that photo got deleted, I've had to go out to retake it, so that's what I'm doing now. It hasn't been as hectic as what it was the first time out, but I'll keep you informed of what else comes after this. There's a bit of a conversation going on, not connected to me, it's nothing to do with me, but I thought I'd bring this subject up just quickly, even though this is not about this specific person. But they was mentioning the name Kim, right? Well, we go back just 4 months ago, I had a whole load of trouble under that person's name. Now this person is basically Kimberly Cox, or Kimberly Hobbs as a formal name. She's one of those sorts of women that go for the older chaps, so the people about age were, I'm told, 40, basically, my age, even though she's only in her 20s. But how true that is, I don't know. Either way, when it comes to that specific person, she doesn't like me and she thinks I'm a sad, sick so-and-so. So, although it's not irrelevant, since mainly because of the stuff that's sort of 4 months ago, maybe going back further than that, last year or whatever, was a lot of sort of suggestions regarding that specific person's name. Obviously she's not that good looking, but she used to be a bit better looking than what she looks now. She looks very similar to Lisa Pike, how she looks today nearly, actually, come to that. Well, yes and no. Hard to say, because Lisa Pike is like very negative attraction. Even the picture when she's only 28 to 32, people I've showed that to, apart from in recent times, the last 5 years, everybody I've showed that picture to agree with me that they're not the type that they take to. Even people a lot older than me have agreed she's not the sort that everyone chooses, including my doctor, in fact, has said that's not everyone, you know, it's not the sort, and I've even shown the social work. I know it sounds funny, but she won't comment on it, but she says, but what she did say, this goes back a few years now as well, mine, battery went flat, but yeah, basically she said that everyone is entitled to someone that they can fancy. It depends on the person, you know, there's a discussion about it going back, and they said everyone's entitled to everyone has their own opinion on what type of person they go with. Other people that find someone attractive may not find that other person attractive, and so on. Like, some people don't find people with smooth skin attractive, some people do. Some people prefer the uglier type attraction that I would refer it to, and other people wouldn't. It depends on the person. However, when I was discussing this issue, going back a few years ago, I was told that you have a right to go with someone that you want for that reason, you know, and you're entitled to it. No one should be stopping you, you know. But a couple of years have passed and people have got so much different ever since the lockdown and other things that it's not possible anymore. You've got to go with a negative type, which means that I've been sexually crucified. I don't know how to put it like that, but there isn't anyone my age that's good looking. They call him the relaxing bitch. When I sort of discussed this, I don't know what that means, but I had it in threats, and I brought it up in threats I was supposed to be with a relaxing bitch called Lisa Pike. Now, obviously, I know the Lisa threat. I don't like insulting people or saying who their names are or whatever, but it's very awkward to make the documentaries without just sort of discussing it. Like I said in the past, she's a very sort of friendly person, but they nickname these types of people the relaxing bitch or toff faces, T-O-F-F. But even though that could be because of me, because I mentioned that the unhygienic, backward laughing cough in a goofy way, in a stupid looking way, is the type I'm being told to go with, so I nickname it toffs. So that came from me, and sort of everybody's using it. But anyway, I'm not here to insult people, so I'll just leave it there. For about 6 weeks, maybe a bit more, I've had a bit of thigh problems, so when I'm walking I get pain in the one of my legs, so I'm not happy about that, because obviously if it's arthritis or anything like that, it's going to infect me from walking, or I'm going to get worse of pain as the years come, so worth mentioning. Dog barks, fucking knifing you dead, you child abuser, in an aggressive sort of barking pattern, but there's nothing you can do about it, and it's all started just before that, so it was about 10 minutes ago when I did the last recording, and all the animal voice sounds are just started to pick up again, so this is likely to be for the rest of the day. I'm not going to do any more filming because obviously I'll just be repeating the same stuff, and it's pointless, and I'd obviously, like, you know, I'd prefer to keep things clean really, to be fair, but I'll leave it there for today, even if things do get a lot worse. Unless it gets critically bad or very nasty, I'll leave it as there. And there has been a couple of people that are sneezing in my face nearly, so, but not quite, but enough to annoy me. I passed a car park. I wasn't doing any more recordings, and obviously it seems like there's a catalytic converter control. I've been photographed. They were just laughing when people photographed. Obviously I know they're taking a picture of me because they're laughing about it, but what else they said after that I just totally ignored and just walked on. Message to you, Justin Van follows that, and basically say you're sick because you won't fancy a granny, basically, or even saying that sex full stop, even if it's with a granny, is sick. So earlier I said about 200 cars, I can't remember what I said now, but there's 150 cars roughly on this specific stretch, more than usual. So at the moment it's about the average. It's the 25th of the 3rd 2024, and obviously it's been a very busy day, very busy morning since 7:30 to 9:20, which is the time now. There must have been about 2,000 vehicles, construction force, so it's very awkward to battle through, and many people, and obviously the loud bike issue has been a bit awkward as well. 2 bids on eBay, I failed on both of those. Clairvoyant reading I had to be refunded because basically she said that the reading that she can only give me is very negative news. She says she needs to give me a reading in the near future when things look a bit more promising, and doesn't want me to waste my money on a reading which she can't give very well. The other clairvoyant, which is another one I paid for, she had to refund me as well, but she gave no reason why she refunded me. It's also the same, also today, it's the same day, this day 10 years ago, where I had a clairvoyant reading saying that you're going to get your first ever girlfriend in your whole life 10 years ago today. Unfortunately, she at the time, she said you're going to start later in life, but she said even though you're getting on a bit, and that's going back 10 years ago, she said everyone is entitled to someone that's sexy or someone that they fancy. Well, 10 years later, that reading falls through today, even though I wasn't happy about the reading going back at that time. I've tried taking some pictures of some old lights and old buildings and other things, and they keep on timing people with children or construction movement with force control with many vehicles of about 50 to 100 structural force setups at each and every single thing that I try photographing, and I've actually ended up with 0 photos once again because of this construction force. And it is one of the only cloudy days that we've had where I've been out and had a cloudy morning to be able to do these sorts of pictures. And also there's been a few other bits and pieces, but they're things I can't mention at this minute in time because there's people coming. It was about 1 hour ago since I went to do the last video, but there's been a lot of congestion, a lot of people. There's been roughly about 1,000 people down this track in total in both directions. Dog walkers, cyclists. It does sound a lot, but ever since the coronavirus lockdowns, places are becoming a lot more busier, 4 to 5 times busier than what they usually are on the busiest days. So it's a bit different now. We're in a higher... There's a lot more people out here today. There's many people. So obviously when this occurs, it does usually go into threats, but this has to be kept private when it comes to this sort of information, because I'm not going to mention that sort of thing because of where I am. So I'll leave that off. What I will say is when I went into the shop, the queue was literally right around in the back of the shop, right throughout, near enough to the door, going right around the whole shop basically. So I had to leave that shop. I went to go and have a look in the charity shop because that's open now. There's an early opener, and literally is too crowded in there for me to get in there. So I decided to go to the butcher's. The butcher's is not open yet, so I went to go to the bakery. The queue's outside the shop at the bakery, so instead of doing that I decided to go to the other shop. And when I went to the other shop, there was a bit of a queue, so I had a 10-minute wait, but it did go pretty quick considering how many people were there, or about an average flow. Then obviously when I came back here, I've been sneezed at about 50 times. All of the sneezes not directly in my face, but some are as close as 2 foot or a foot away, so I am a little bit annoyed by that. And there's been a load of awkward sort of suggestion of setups and everything else, so cars reversing at me or a car being started or whatever. I think you can say it happened about 200 times. So I mean, it's only sort of 11 o'clock in the morning, but you know, it's, I'm not going to go into details because obviously it wouldn't be the right thing to do because of the destination I'm at, so I'll leave it there. I forgot to mention I went into the petrol station just before I went into the shop and managed to buy what I wanted to buy, but I didn't manage to get in there because the queue was half the shop, it was half full. It was pretty busy in there, quite a few people. There's quite a queue of cars as well, right up to the basically where you pull into the garage basically. So yeah, it's been quite busy. Right, so it's about 20 minutes ago since I did the last video. There's been a few issues, but nothing too drastic. I wouldn't be able to say if it is anyway, because I don't want to lose my reputation of saying that I'm being mistaken as Savannah or getting threats or anything like that. I mean, there's a couple of people that did some boxing moves and karate moves and croaky laughs in a sort of boastful way or whatever, and moving the legs aside or making fist moves or whatever. And there's quite a lot of the bearded type people as well, the type that I don't really get on with, but you know, you just got to get on with life. You just got to let them pass by and accept what comes to you, even though you're doing nothing wrong. So I sort of kept myself, I didn't say nothing, I just walked on, didn't look. I didn't even write anything down. I waited till a bit later on before I wrote that down in brief, just for reference, to look back on my life story pack, you know, and that sort of stuff, because I don't want to lose my reputation in this area, because obviously it's a family sort of area and whatever else, and there's been a few other things, but I'll keep it as that, alright? Well, a few minutes ago I just crossed a very busy road. It took about 7 minutes to cross over, and obviously you had all the traffic. Obviously what I call setups or what I call like that, obviously when it's like that, obviously you'd expect that really, but obviously I've not stated anything, you know, just left it at that. But worth mentioning, it's taken 7 minutes to get across that road nearly. We're looking at about roughly 400 cars maybe, lorries and other transport as well. But you know, there's not much you can do about it. You know, it's a busy day, you have to give and take, you know, you just have to accept it. Right, just to let you know about that road, basically if you were to look at a busy motorway, you're trying to cross a motorway and you can, but basically it's as busy as that. Obviously there's only 2 lanes, one each side, but you know, there's literally, I can run in front of vehicles usually, but this is too busy to do that, so that's why I was there for 7 minutes. But like I say, it's not a problem, there's no rush or anything like that, it's just a bit annoying when you can't cross the road and waiting 7 minutes.